In the quiet hours before dawn, when the world is still and the lights of Seoul glow softly through glass towers, there is a certain calm that surrounds the name Song Joong Ki. For more than a decade, his face has been everywhere. On billboards. On television screens. On the hearts of millions across Asia and beyond. Yet in 2025, the story of Song Joong Ki is no longer just about fame, ratings, or box office numbers. It is about evolution. About a man who has lived under the spotlight, stepped away from it, and returned with a deeper sense of purpose. Hold on tight, the world of your favorite celebrities is unfolding before your eyes, and every moment is more breathtaking than the last. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. This is not just the story of a Korean superstar. This is the story of a life carefully shaped by discipline, heartbreak, reinvention, love, and legacy. Song Joong Ki was born on September 19, 1985, in Daejeon, South Korea. Long before he became a global icon, he was simply a quiet, disciplined boy growing up in a middle-class family that valued education and integrity. His father was a teacher, and from a young age, expectations were clear. Excellence was not optional. It was a way of life. As a child, Song Joong Ki was not dreaming of fame. He was focused, studious, and surprisingly athletic. He trained in speed skating for years and even competed at a high level until injuries forced him to stop. That early disappointment would quietly shape his personality. It taught him resilience. It taught him how quickly dreams can change. And it taught him that life rarely follows a single path. Academically, he excelled. He later entered Sungkyunkwan University, one of South Korea's most prestigious institutions, where he studied business administration. Even then, classmates remember him as intelligent, humble, and unusually self-disciplined for someone so young. Acting was not his original plan. But fate, as it often does, had other ideas. Song Joong Ki made his acting debut in the late 2000s, slowly building his career with supporting roles. His breakthrough came with the historical drama Sungkyunkwan Scandal, where his playful charm and emotional range caught the industry's attention. But it was not overnight stardom. It was steady, earned, carefully built. Then came Running Man, the variety show that revealed a completely different side of him. Not the polished actor. Not the romantic lead. But a warm, humorous, approachable young man who laughed easily and treated everyone around him with respect. Audiences fell in love not just with his talent, but with his humanity. In 2016, everything changed. Descendants of the Sun was more than a drama. It was a cultural phenomenon. Song Joong Ki, as Captain Jin, became a symbol of heroism, romance, and emotional strength. The drama broke records across Asia. Streets emptied when new episodes aired. His name became synonymous with excellence. International fame followed instantly. But fame at that level comes with pressure. Expectations rise. Privacy disappears. Every smile, every silence, every relationship becomes public property. In 2017, Song Joong Ki married actress Song Hye-kyo, his co-star from Descendants of the Sun. The wedding was one of the most talked about celebrity events in Korean entertainment history. Fans believed in the fairy tale. The nation celebrated. But reality proved more complicated. In 2019, the couple divorced. The announcement was brief, controlled, respectful. Yet behind the calm words was a deeply personal chapter of pain and introspection. Song Joong Ki retreated from public life. He spoke less, chose projects more carefully, and began, quietly, to rebuild himself. This period marked a turning point. He returned with Arthur Chronicles, a bold fantasy epic that showed his willingness to take creative risks. Then came Vincenzo, a dark, stylish drama that revealed a sharper, more complex version of his acting. No longer just the gentle romantic lead, Song Joong Ki now embodied moral ambiguity, intelligence, and controlled intensity. By the early 2020s, it was clear. He was not chasing popularity anymore. He was chasing meaning. In his personal life, another transformation was unfolding. In 2023, Song Joong Ki confirmed his relationship with British actress Katie Louise Saunders. Unlike his previous highly public romance, this relationship was quiet, private, grounded. They married away from flashing cameras, and later welcomed their first child, a son. In 2024, their family grew again with the arrival of their second child, a daughter. For Song Joong Ki, this was more than a life update. It was a rebirth. Friends describe him now as calmer, softer, more reflective. Fatherhood changed his priorities. Fame no longer defines him. Family does. In interviews, he speaks openly about wanting to be present. About learning patience. about understanding responsibility in a way no role ever taught him. His lifestyle in 2024 reflects this shift. Less nightlife. More time at home. Travel chosen carefully. Work balanced with family life. Financially, Song Joong Ki remains one of the most successful actors in South Korea. His net worth in 2024 is estimated to be in the tens of millions of dollars. His income comes from drama salaries, film projects, endorsements, and long-term investments. He has been the face of luxury brands, global companies, and high-end campaigns across Asia. Yet those close to him often say money has never been his motivation. He lives comfortably but not extravagantly. His style is clean, minimal, thoughtful. He prefers privacy over spectacle. As an actor, he continues to evolve. His projects in recent years show depth, maturity, and emotional intelligence. He chooses stories that challenge him, stories that reflect the complexities of adulthood, morality, and human connection. Song Joong Ki in 2024 is no longer just a heartthrob. He is a husband, a father, a seasoned actor, a man who has experienced the highest highs and the quietest lows. And perhaps that is why his presence feels stronger than ever. Because when an artist survives fame, heartbreak, reinvention, and responsibility, what remains is something rare. Authenticity. This is not the end of Song Joong Ki's story. It is a new chapter. One written not just in scripts and scenes, but in everyday moments. In family dinners. In early morning walks. In choosing meaning over noise. And as the lights dim and the cameras pause, one thing becomes clear. Song Joong Ki is no longer chasing the spotlight. The spotlight follows him. Because true legacy is not built on fame alone. It is built on growth. As 2025 unfolds, Song Joong Ki stands at a place few actors ever truly reach. Not at the peak of noise, but at the summit of clarity. There is a difference. One is loud and fleeting. The other is quiet and lasting. In recent years, the industry has watched him slow down with intention. Not because opportunities disappeared, but because he finally had the power to choose. Scripts arrive constantly, yet many are turned away. He looks for stories that speak to where he is now, not where he used to be. Stories about responsibility. About consequence. About men who are not perfect, but human. This shift is visible not only in his work, but in the way he carries himself. His interviews are thoughtful. His words measured. Gone is the urgency to impress. In its place is a calm confidence that comes from knowing who you are, and who you are becoming. Professionally, Song Joong Ki remains a force. In 2025, he continues to balance large-scale productions with more intimate projects. Whether leading a major drama or anchoring a film with emotional complexity, his presence commands attention without demanding it. Directors describe him as precise, disciplined, and deeply prepared. Co-stars often speak of his generosity on set, his willingness to listen, to adjust, to support others rather than dominate a scene. This is the mark of a veteran. Behind the scenes, his daily life is strikingly simple. Mornings often begin early. Exercise, time with his children, shared meals when schedules allow. These routines ground him. They remind him that no award or headline compares to the quiet stability of home. His wife remains his strongest anchor, someone who understands both the demands of the industry and the importance of stepping away from it. They divide their time between Korea and overseas, choosing locations that offer privacy and balance. For Song Joong Ki, this global lifestyle is no longer about glamour. It is about protecting what matters most. His relationship with fame has fundamentally changed. He respects it, but no longer fears losing it. He understands its power, but also its limits. Social media appearances are rare. Personal moments are guarded. What the public sees is curated not for mystery, but for boundaries. Financially, his portfolio reflects the same careful thinking. Beyond acting income, he has invested in real estate and long-term ventures that ensure stability for his family. Endorsements are chosen selectively, aligning with brands that match his image of maturity and trust. Each decision feels deliberate, as though he is building not just wealth, but a future. Yet despite all of this control, there is no sense of rigidity. Song Joong Ki allows himself to change. To grow. To admit that the man he was at 25 is not the man he is now, and that this evolution is not a loss, but a gain. Looking back, his journey reads like a series of seasons. Youth marked by discipline and ambition. Stardom defined by romance and idealism. A fall into public heartbreak. And finally, a rise shaped by introspection, love, and responsibility. What makes his story compelling in 2025 is not perfection. It is survival. He has endured the intensity of global fame, the scrutiny of personal loss, and the challenge of redefining himself in an industry that often resists change. And he has done so without bitterness. For fans who have followed him from the beginning, there is a sense of witnessing someone grow alongside them. For newer audiences, he represents something rare in modern celebrity culture: depth. Song Joong Ki does not try to be everywhere. He does not try to be everything. He simply shows up where it matters. And perhaps that is why his name still carries weight. Because in a world that moves fast and forgets even faster, Song Joong Ki has chosen something radical. To slow down. To live fully. To let his work speak without shouting. As the years ahead stretch open, there is no question of whether he will remain relevant. The question is how many lives he will quietly touch along the way. This is not just a lifestyle. It is a philosophy. And in 2025, Song Joong Ki is no longer defined by what he has achieved, but by what he has learned. A man shaped by discipline. Refined by heartbreak. Grounded by love. And guided by purpose. The cameras may pause. The headlines may fade. But the legacy continues. Steady. Intentional. Unshakable.